Good. There we go. Let's see. Good day, everyone. Welcome to the class. Just verifying that everything is streaming well, that the sound works. Let's see. How's that? Yes, it does. Great. Hi, Alex. Welcome. So, welcome to today's classes about Taiji Qigong Shibashi Set 3, movement 14 already. Wow, time flies by when we're having fun. So, in today's class, we'll be gathering fresh qi from the environment in the sky, letting it go through the body so that it washes away any used qi that we have so we can get rid of tension and excess. Hi, Beth. Welcome. Yeah, we'll give you guys a minute or two for people to join, and we'll get going. Also, been very busy the last week finishing the preparation for the first weekend of the Taiji Qigong Shibashi Set 1 teacher training that will start this weekend. It's a new online program, a group program. So the program itself is not so new. It's a program that's been running for a while that I did in group, in person, and also online one-on-one. But it's the first time I'll be teaching it in group, so that should be very interesting to test out. Hi, Lene. Zenitude. Hi, welcome. First time I see you, I think. Thanks for joining. So let's get going. Let's do a little bit of connection towards the sky first so that we can have a stronger downward movement of the qi once we get into the proper movement of today. So let's use the first movement of set 3. Crossing the fingers together, palm facing up. Keeping the hands on the lower abdomen, just above the pubic bone, where naturally your hands would land as you're staying in that posture. Hi, Martin. Deirdre as well. Hi. And so, placing your feet parallel, about shoulder width apart, gently rocking ourselves front and back, left and right, so we can find that sweet spot at the center, so we can find our body being balanced up, here we go, between left and right, allowing the body to relax and trying to find this center spot both at the feet and the center of the head by hui, aligning both and finding this place where the knees can be relaxed, where the hips can naturally be seated and resting above our legs. Allowing the feet and the arch of the feet to kind of round and stretch, playing between both. Feeling the low abdominal breath starting to settle in. Allowing the opening of the sacroiliac joint so that the sacrum and the coccyx are free to move. And just letting the breath go deeper and deeper into the lower abdomen. See, someone just wrote a question, but I'm a little too far to be able to read it, so I'll get back to it when we do the first break after the movement. So allowing the breath to fill up the lower abdomen from the front to the perineum to the back. Stretching the lumbar spine, opening Migmen, and feeling how the intra-abdominal pressure is pushing the lumbars towards the back a little more. Naturally, without effort, as the breaths start to fill more and more of the lower dantian. Gently feeling the ripples starting to move through the spine, the sinking of the shoulder blades to help open the shoulder well, top of the shoulders. And gradually allowing the hands to start to rise on the inhale, reaching all the way above the head, connecting to heaven. Turning the palm down, exhaling, allowing the hands to sink and back into the lower abdomen. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Bringing your awareness down into the lower abdomen, and even all the way down towards the feet. Connecting with the ground, and on the inhale, as if you were pushing up and pulling the chi through your body, all the way to the top of the head, in the palm and up towards the sky. And on the exhale, allowing it to sink, coming back down into the lower abdomen, through the legs, the feet, into the ground. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhale. As your hand reaches the shoulder, make sure to sink the shoulder blade, keeping the upper trapezius relaxed, not lifting the shoulders, but keeping them low and letting the arms stretch above naturally. Then as you turn the palm, exhale, letting the chi sink through the body, through the center, and down. Inhale. Exhale. In. And out. And down. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Palm facing each other, we'll bring our hands all the way up, connecting to heaven, and then the palm will turn forward and come down. We'll just do half of the movement for now. So feeling this rising with the inhale, coming through the whole body, through the fingers, opening through the head by way up into the sky, and then the palm will face forward on the exhale, pushing the chi back down towards the feet and all the way slightly behind us in this case. The movement has a step, which we'll see in a minute. For now, we just want to bring this rising up before we have the exhale coming down and allowing the chi to sink down all the way to the feet, into the ground, and even behind us. So here, feeling that we're pushing and letting the chi go behind ourselves. Palm face each other, inhale. Rising almost like if our fingers are piercing into the sky, and then on the exhale, letting the energy sink through the head, through the torso, the lower abdomen, the legs, into the ground. Inhale. Exhale. As we're doing the rising, be careful not to bend your back, but keep that stretch and elongation through the spine. As the arms are rising, the sinking of the shoulder blade, feeling the stretch, and just at the end to help the upper body open up, the shoulders open, so I'll do just with one hand, so that the stretch through the neck, the opening of the head, and there's this rising up into the sky. Just be careful not to fall back and not create tension in the back, but to really feel this rising up and down. So if I do with both hands, up, where the shoulder blades sink, the opening and the rotation of the humerus helps to connect the arm up. And then the palm forward, exhale, and down. Let's do one more. Inhale. Feeling the stretch, feeling that the feet are actually stretching and pushing deeper into the earth, while the rest of the body is stretching upward. And then on the exhale, feeling the heaviness following the legs, following the sinking of the chi through the feet into the ground and out. So combining now with the stepping, we'll do first just the step, and then we'll mix the arm and the stepping together. So we will first slightly open the right foot, shift the weight onto the right so that we can place our left heel forward, just taking a natural step, and then shifting the weight as we move forward, making sure our knee doesn't go too far close to our toes. Ideally, if you're able to keep the lower leg straight, that makes your knee a lot more solid. If your knee is a little pointier, then the knee is not as solid as a joint facing down. So as you're stepping, you want to make sure that the lower leg stays a little bit more vertical, while your back legs will be fully extended. As we're doing this, make sure your feet also are not on a single line, because that becomes very unstable from the hips. So as you're taking your step, you want to maintain the distance between the feet, both left and right, and front and back. As we'll go here, our arms will naturally come down at this point, angling the body align with the back leg, and even just a little bit more, but from the hips, not bending the spine. And here we'll have a rotation of the torso in the direction of the front leg. So we want to be careful not to bend the torso from the waist. So I'm not bending my spine to look down here, but I'm rotating my shoulders so that I can have my arms pass onto the side, which will make more sense in a minute once we add the movement of the arm. Once we finished the body, come back straight, align with the back leg, switching side, and we're taking a step on the other side, bringing the weight forward, same thing, keeping the lower leg a little bit more vertical, not the pointy knee forward, and the back leg extended. And as we reach just a little bit past the angle of the back leg, the upper body will rotate around the spine, allowing us to look in the direction of the front leg, which will then let our arms pass to the side. Bring the weight onto the back leg and up. So if we add the movement with the arms, inhale, taking a step, exhale, my arms are coming down, I'm sinking the chi through the body as soon as I pass into the leg and I feel the connection through my feet, I'll be rotating to the side, pushing it behind me and out. Coming back to the center, bringing my feet together, inhaling and rising up, stepping, letting the chi sink, passing through the body, down under the feet, and then behind me under the ground and out. So here again, I'm rotating the shoulders. I'm not turning my body to try to push, which would then place me in a very unbalanced position, kind of very uncomfortable. Whereas if I maintain my spine and I rotate around it, this makes it easier to keep my center of gravity above my front foot, allowing me to stretch and really just push the chi out and behind. Coming back, feet together, inhale. Taking a step, exhale, sinking the chi down and behind. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Up. Exhale. In. Out. When my feet come together, the moment my front foot returns back, this is where the rising of the chi become more intense. There's this connection that allow it to move upward more intensely, connecting to the sky. And as I step, as my heel touch the ground in the front, this is where my hands start to push, where the exhale begin. So this connection with everything acts a little bit like a grounding rod, allowing the chi to sink, pushing everything through the body down under the front foot, under the back foot, and out. Here as I start my inhale, I release. I use the intra-abdominal pressure to maintain the solidity in the lower abdomen. The energy starts to rise. When my second foot touches the ground, this is where the rising intensify and connect stronger to heaven. And on the exhale, sinking, feeling the energy going down through the body, absorbing at the same time the fresh chi from heaven passing through, under front foot, under the back, and out. Inhale, feeling that the body is becoming taller and taller without putting any tension in the shoulder. On the opposite, keeping the shoulder relaxed, just feeling how the whole body is naturally stretching open by staying relaxed. And as you step, feeling the sinking through the body, under the front foot, under the back, and letting it go. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. And you'll notice you have to find your dynamism as you're doing it to really let go of the chi. and really let it pass through you as you're pushing down and out. So as we're going down, we're using the effect of gravity to help the movement of qi through the body, pushing the qi down and releasing it. So one of the main aspects to this is also to let go. Often, at first, we get this idea that we need to gather the qi, to hold the qi to have more in our body, which is actually not quite right. Once we start to develop this movement between heaven and earth that's passing through us, then the more we're able to let go and let the qi pass through, the more the current that's passing will intensify. So if I'm here, I'll do with my right leg forward, just so you guys can see me turn towards the camera. As I'm inhaling, I allow the qi to rise all the way up to my fingers and above, so that I have this feeling that I can connect up towards the sky. Up. And when I step and I let it down, I'm pushing it out. And here, once I'm out from behind my back foot, I'm letting it go. So my hands become relaxed, and it's almost like if I'm letting water drip out of my fingers. So that once I let it go, the current that's coming from heaven, that's passing through me, it's going down my feet and into the ground, can continue as I let go until I start my inhale and come back, and I can start to absorb the fresh qi from the earth, rising up, connecting through my hand, and just for demonstration's sake, I'll do the same leg. Exhale, push it down, creating a stronger current downward so I can let it go, so that this current can really pull the used qi from my body and out. This is important with the dynamism, because if I don't have any, and I'm just keeping my awareness too much on my hand and trying to push something and then just pushing and staying here, you can notice how my hands here are still slightly active. I'm still holding the qi kind of in my hand. And as I'm coming back, if I do this, the rising, everything just stay around my hand. It's moving a little bit through the body, but not so much. So I really want to up, let it rise, let it go from above, so that when I step, I can let it go as well as it passes behind me. And I'll do the same on the other side. Out. Up. Inhale. Step. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. Up. So here, one more each side. Inhale. So left side first. In. And out. Let's do one more, again on each side. In. And out. And taking a moment to feel the effect of the movement. Gently rubbing the palms together. Let me see. So I'm not sure what you mean is T-H-E from Taiji Shibashi. Online teaching is only in the evening or on special time. So yes, the time for France, je vais te le dire en français. Donc l'horaire en France, c'est attends un peu, donc 12 plus 8, 18, de 18h à 19h, les lundis et les mercredis, heure d'Europe centrale. Par contre, j'ai pas bien compris ta première question. Si T de Tai Chi, Shibashi, désolé, je comprends pas. Si tu veux l'écrire en français, je vais mieux comprendre ta première question. Si tu es encore là en train d'écouter. So, sorry everyone, I was just answering question from someone in French and I couldn't quite understand what he had written down, so explaining it in French might be easier for him. This is the beauty of speaking multiple language. You can communicate with different people around the world. Good. Any questions from this part so far? To keep a larger stance. Yes, so the stance you can adapt based on what you need. Obviously, the smaller the stance, the higher the posture. So if I'm taking just a small step where my heel would be about less than a fist in front of my other one, or even maybe less, almost to the side, then my movement would be a lot higher and I wouldn't have as much of an angle through the body. The idea is still the same. It's to let the energy flow down and then pass behind while maintaining the stretch through the spine and that rotation around it. These are the key elements that are essential to keep. And if you feel like you want to take a wider stance because you feel with stronger aspect through the legs, actually, let me do it this side. So if I want to do it with a longer stance, it's also possible, but it becomes a lot more demanding on the front leg. And then coming back, you'll need to be lower because then if I'm up here, my foot kind of, I have to push and I'm not transferring my weight first, which makes it a little bit more difficult. So as I'm here, if I have a wider stance, I need to sit on my leg first so that I can free my front leg for it to come back. And same thing as I'll be taking my step, I'll have to be, here, to be a little lower in order to do that. So that might be a bit more challenging. But definitely adjust the width of your stance so that it's easier. Lundi et mercredi pour les cours. Oui, cette forme, c'est bien ce qu'on appelle le Taiji Qigong Shibashi ou Taiji Qigong en 18 mouvements. Donc, c'est le nom complet. Effectivement, elle est connue soit sous Taiji Shibashi, des fois les gens l'appellent Qigong Shibashi, donc ça varie un peu dans la façon dont les gens interprètent le nom. Mais le nom officiel complet, c'est le Taiji Qigong Shibashi, Shibashi qui signifie 18 mouvements. Voilà, bienvenue, ça fait plaisir. Si jamais tu as d'autres questions, n'hésite pas à les écrire en français, je te répondrai en français et j'ajouterai un peu l'information en anglais ensuite. So, for purpose of the video, our friends who speak French here was asking about the name, if it was the Taiji Shibashi. The system itself, full name is Taiji Qigong Shibashi, sometimes abbreviated to Taiji Shibashi, sometimes abbreviated to Qigong Shibashi, sometimes just Taiji Qigong. Sometimes people transform Shibashi, which in Chinese mean 18 movements, so they call it Taiji Qigong in 18 movement. So they translate that little part. You can find it in many different variations, the way people call it. The official Chinese name being Taiji Qigong Shibashi, which means Taiji Qigong in 18 movements or 18 form. Great. Excellent. So any question on this part? I'll give you guys a minute to write it down. How are we doing time-wise? Half an hour, good. Yeah. How is it? Can you feel the energy or the chi from the sky passing through, feeling a little fresher each time with each passage? Good. No questions. How is the feeling? How's it going? Taking the time at first to connect up and down makes it easier for the whole movement to happen. Definitely feel fresher. I have a tendency to a little qi stagnation, but still feel the qi flowing. Excellent. Oui, les mains. So if you get a prickly sensation in your palm, the qi is reaching, they're kind of more active. So that's a good thing. It also may be a sign of releasing some stagnant qi from the arms. So the same thing as we're pushing. Yeah. Donc oui, les picotements dans les mains, ça peut être un peu de stagnation qui commence à sortir par les doigts. Et ça peut être aussi, tout dépendant du type de picotement, une sensation où le sang est en train d'arriver un peu plus intensément au niveau des mains, donc les mains se réveillent. Is it like rowing a canoe through the sea? Yes, there's this aspect. For those of you who know set 1, movement number 6, rowing the boats in the middle of the lake, where we have this image of being in a canoe and we're just pushing the water with our hands. There's this feeling of thickness in the lower body, which we also encounter here as we start to reach below the waistline, where we feel this thickness where we can really push out through the side. And the ending part here, as we let go, is like when you take the paddle out of the water and you just let it stay there so that the water drip out of the paddle before you bring it back and you take another stroke on the other side. So yes, very good image also that you can use, Alex, for this. Good. I missed this one. Oui, donc lundi et mercredi, si je ne me trompe pas, c'est de 18 à 19 heures et non 19 à 20. Donc, pour ce qui est des livres en français, il n'y en a pas des bons. Il y a quelques livres qui existent, mais ce ne sont pas vraiment recommandables, puisqu'aucun livre sur le Shibashi n'a été écrit par un disciple de Lin Housheng, et aucun des livres de Lin Housheng n'a été traduit ni en français ni en anglais, à l'exception d'un qui est en anglais, mais qui est presque introuvable maintenant, à moins de vouloir payer quelques centaines d'euros, et ça ne vaut pas la peine de payer ce prix-là pour un livre. Good. Excellent. So let's continue. Let's do this a little bit more. Let's look at the positioning of the hips, the stepping, the alignment, and how that plays a big role through the torso and the coordination of the movement with the arms, so that we can really kind of squeeze the qi outward to really get rid of it. The idea is almost like if you imagine yourself either standing in the rain or taking warm rain, or taking a shower, the sensation of the water just kind of dripping off to your body and taking away any dirt that you might have on your skin to clean you, except that we're doing this internally with the qi. So this idea of connecting, as I mentioned in many previous classes, the notion of humans standing between heaven and earth is this notion that the movement of qi between the concept of yin and yang, that keeps changing. Humans are always more yang than the earth. Heaven, or the energy coming from the sky, is always more yang than human and earth. And on the other side, the earth is always more yin than humans and the sky, and humans are always more yin than the sky. So as we are standing here, and because we reach this movement later in the form, we're at movement number 14, we've already relaxed the body quite a bit, allow the energy to start to move. Therefore, once we start to inhale, we should be able to feel the rising of the yin from the earth, filling us up, helping us to reach the position with the arms up where we are relaxed and feeling supported by the yin of the earth, filling us up. By relaxing, by becoming ourselves more yin, so we can attract the yang from the sky. yin always attract yang, yang give movement to the yin. Otherwise the yin just become more and more inert. Yang is the activation, the movement quality. So as I'm becoming more and more relaxed, as I allow my body to stand and fill up, then I start to attract more of the yang from the sky to be able to pass through me. And this is where, when I take this step and I'm guiding it through my body with the movement, making sure that I reach the belt level as I'm pushing, and so allowing the qi to pass through, connecting through to the feet. And once I feel this connection of the earth and even connecting towards the back feet, so feeling this connection going, that the qi through my body reach my back foot, this is where I'll be slightly rotating through the waist, which will then help to push the qi out under my feet and towards the back and letting it go. And that same movement through the shoulders allow to push through my fingers and arms outward as well. Once I let it go, I just unfurl, open, allow the fresh qi from the earth to rise and fill me up, making it easier to connect, and then let this shower from the sky pass through me, pushing down. And it's not just that I'm kind of grabbing one cloud that I'm moving through me, but it's really this constant showering of the qi from the sky that's always coming down anyway, that we're connecting to and letting it pass through the body, reaching down towards the front foot, towards the back foot, and allowing it to go through the body. And we're just kind of squeezing a little bit so that through the legs there's an intensified feeling of pushing out and letting go of any excessive tension through the legs out. As we're coming back, we can fill up. It's almost like a sponge that we squeezed and now we're opening up again. Reaching all the way up to the sky, connecting, taking a step, allowing it to go through us, under the foot and behind, and out. Up, inhale. Heel touches the ground. I begin my exhale. My hands turn forward. That's the sinking phase that begins. Exhale all the way down. Turn and push out. Coming back. Inhale. You're feeling this rising, connecting up. Exhale as we go forward. Under the back foot and out. Inhale. Step. Exhale. In and out. In, out. And one more. And taking a moment in Wuji, feet parallel, feeling the rising and sinking of the qi through your body, allowing the breath to naturally settle. Up and down. And gently rubbing the palms together. Good. How are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments. Give me just a second. I'll grab a little bit of water. Forgot. Just let me know in the comment how you guys are feeling. If you're watching this on the replay, you can always leave your comment in the comment section. I'll be happy to reply to you afterwards. And if you guys are interested in the Qigong teacher training that's starting this weekend, well, there's still a few spots available, so just send me a message via qigong18.com and I'll give you more detail about it. And if you're watching this and it's past September, well, there's always next year to join this very interesting training. Oui. Donc, Donc, pour Zenitude, je t'ai mis le qigong18.com/contact où tu peux m'envoyer un email à partir du site web et on pourra discuter un peu plus amplement sur le système. Ça va me faire plaisir. Feeling a release of anxiety, yes. So for Martin, anxiety often has a blockage of qi around the center of the chest. It's often when the qi becomes very stagnant that it's kind of, and that's why it gives us this feeling that we need to move, we need to do something, because the energy just keeps piling and piling and doesn't move enough. So this movement helped that sinking through the front to really release it, combined with the second movement actually from set 3. If you start with this one to help open up and release, it will become easier, and then doing this one will help to even let go even more of that. So the combination of the two would be very good to help release and relax the mind. That was very well explained. Thank you, Jane. Liver and spleen massage. Yes, there's also part of that liver and spleen squeeze because of the rotation that we get through the waist. And because it's not just a small rotation from the lumbar, which affect the kidney, we get the kidney, liver, and spleen because of that bigger rotation from both sides, and because there's just a little bit of that side bending. So as I said at the beginning, we're not purely bending the side, we're really focusing more on that rotation, but naturally as the arm goes to the side, there'll be a little bit of that side bending, which will then help to massage even more the spleen and the liver, and particularly help the yang channel through the legs to push any excess from the organs out. That's why we have this rotation going on there. Oui, il y a une formation, il y en a une qui commence la fin de semaine prochaine. Donc déjà cette année, il y a une formation de professeur qui démarre. Et sinon, bah, probablement l'année prochaine, il y aura un autre groupe également. Great. Let's see how we're doing with time. Okay, let's all get together and do the whole form to finish up the class. So, feet parallel, about shoulder hip width apart, gently moving the feet left and right to find the center, gently moving them front and back as well so we can find that central spot. Up, relaxing through the hips, finding that comfortable seated posture on our legs, allowing this opening through the pelvic bowl, opening of the sacroiliac joint, so that the sacrum and the coccyx are free to move without having to move the whole pelvis bowl together. Allowing abdominal breathing to settle in, to fill up into the lower dantian, feeling how this breath helps to strengthen the perineum, pull the coccyx and the sacrum down, open the lumbar and sacroiliac area. Feel how this creates a solid connectivity under the ribs so that the rib cage can open and close through the thoracic breathing while the shoulder blades sink more to the sides. Feeling the stretch and the ripple that this creates through the spine, elongating the neck as well and reaching the cranial bone that are opening so that by way the top of the head open like a flower connecting to heaven. And on the exhale, relaxing, feeling the sinking through the body all the way back down towards the sole of the feet, deep into the ground. As we begin the inhale, the sole of the feet round up a little bit, kind of a suction cup effect, absorbing the chi from the earth, rising through the legs and opening through the Scarpa triangle, the inguinal crease, inguinal triangle, so that the chi can rise into the lower dantian, filling up. Start to rise then through the spine as we open through the thoracic breathing. Feel that stretch of the spine continue to go up all the way to the top of the head. And on the exhale, feeling the sinking, the rising, the relaxation also through the body, back down towards the feet, into the ground. Let's do one more full breath. Inhale. Up. Exhale. Crossing fingers together, palm facing up. Inhale as we allow the hands to rise, turn up towards the sky. Palms turn facing down. Exhale, coming down, connecting the lower dantian through the legs, the feet, into the ground. Inhaling up. Turning the palm, exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. expanding the chest. Palm face down as we gently close the fist. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Swinging the hips left and right, taking a step forward to the left as we inhale, and to the right. Exhale, moving back to the left and the right. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Blooming lotus flower. Inhale. Finger pierce up into the sky. Exhale, bringing the chi down through the body, all the way down, deep into the body, through the legs, into the bone marrow. Inhale, piercing straight up into the sky. Up, exhale, sinking the chi of the sky through the body, all the way down into the bones. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Looking at the setting sun. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. One more each side. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Pointing the needle at the bottom of the C. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. One more each side. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. Opening heaven and earth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. Remember, if you have back pain here, bend your knee before lifting. If your back is strong, remember to lift and rise through the hips and not use your back to lift your body up. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. Punching with inner strength. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. One more. Inhale. Exhale, finishing the punch towards the right. Palm together. Inhale, bending the hips to the left. Exhale, bending to the right. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Opening the wings to fly away. Inhale. Exhale. Opening to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Back to the center. Inhale. Exhale. Opening to the right. Inhale. Exhale. Back to the center. Inhale. Exhale. And to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Wild horse parts main, gathering Inhaling, rounding the chi into a ball onto our left leg. Taking a step, opening and rotating to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. One more each side. In. Out. In. Out. Pushing with both palms. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Hands are relaxed, absorbing the chi into the lower dantian. Turning the palm, fingers together, out, pushing with inner strength. Releasing, absorbing, inhale. Turning, fingers together, exhale, pushing. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Palms together, Lao Gong on top of each other, starting just above the pubic bone, massaging the lower abdomen. Inhale, going up the right towards the center. Exhale, down the left and back to the pubic bone. Inhale. Exhale, putting a little bit of pressure so you can feel the massage internally. Inhale. Exhale. In. Up, out. In. Out. In. Out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Arms come down to the side. Inhale, reach up, connecting to heaven. Take a step with the left. Exhale, pushing down under the feet and behind us. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. One more each side. In. Out. In. Out. Bring the feet back together. Taking a moment just to relax, feel the movement of qi through the body, smiling, enjoying the sensations. Gently rubbing the palms together. Good. Excellent. How's everybody doing? Non, c'est pas nécessaire d'avoir besoin d'avoir beaucoup d'expérience en Qigong pour la formation. La formation est basée pour amener quelqu'un, même débutant, dans un niveau avancé en l'espace de 10 mois, puisque la formation n'est pas que d'une fin de semaine, mais est étalée de septembre à juin. Donc, elle est un peu plus détaillée. Mais pour en parler un peu plus, écris-moi un message sur le site. On prendra un moment pour discuter ensemble. Je t'expliquerai un peu parce qu'il y a beaucoup de détails. C'est une formation en tout qui fait 300 heures. La première année fait une centaine d'heures de formation que sur la série 1. Ensuite, il y a la série 2 et la série 3. Donc, on pourra en discuter un peu plus en détail. Comme ça, on prendra un rendez-vous pour discuter sur Skype ou sur Zoom. You're welcome, Alex. My pleasure. Good. So, how are you guys feeling? Great. Series 2 was my prefer. Now I'm enjoying Series 3 as much. Excellent. You're welcome, Martin. It's definitely very each form within the system have their own characteristic, and as we go through and we discover more and more, we realize that they all affect us slightly differently. And also depending within our training, what you're discovering now in set 3, you'll realize that it's also present in set 1 and 2. So these connection between heaven and earth, set 3 particularly helped to develop the connection with heaven and allow it to sink through the body, and that will change everything else that you do as well. You'll discover that this connection is always present as well. Set 2 helps to connect a little bit more. Set 1 is a bit more learning how to circulate the qi within the body, but it also has all this into it. So it's very interesting how simply Professor Lin managed to create his system, and that without doing anything, special or magical, we start to get all this connectivity within the body. Excellent. Feeling great, joyful, nice and warm. Excellent. It's always good for Jane to feel warmer. Parfait. On se voit mercredi. All right. So, thank you very much, everyone, for joining once again. Oui, à 18h. And I'll be seeing you guys on Wednesday at the same time. If you didn't yet, click the like button. That will help YouTube know that it's a video worth sharing with more people. If you're watching it on replay again, feel free to leave your comment in the comment section. And if you guys have any question about the teacher training, send me a message. It will be a pleasure to talk to you about it. We're starting this weekend, September 26, 27 of 2020. This is the first group teacher training I'll be leading online. That should be very interesting. I've been doing one-on-one teacher training online for a number of years, and now I think the time is right to do something in group. I have enough confidence within how to use this tool for it to work as well for a group, and I'd make it work one-on-one. So, Roberto, nice to see you. Looking forward to seeing you in the teacher training as well this weekend. And Beth. And yeah, I think, Jane, of course, will be there as well. So it will be a pleasure. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a beautiful day, beautiful week. I'll see you on Wednesday. Take care. Bye.